Good morning, good night, and everything in between. I'm Eskimo Hulk, and this is my Season M1 results. This video is the last day of Season M1. I only had like 8 hours on the clock to take it down to get to Masters, and it took a little bit under 3 hours to complete. I had to record my old live stream because I accidentally forgot to record the gameplay that day. I've been wanting to play competitive Pokemon for a while, but once I see that it takes like a full day's to work to properly train your Pokemon in the mainline games, I switched plans just to learn the competitive scene and have fun while doing it. And then while collecting and learning the game on Scarlet and Violet, the best news came out. Pokemon Champions, competitive gameplay with easy introductions and training for the average player. My time has finally came to join the scene. With the new team that I built that I seen on Reddit, we start the day 1-0. Normally for single battles, I like to use my favorite Pokemon, but with duos, since it's a way different battles and you need to set up and train for it, I play it differently and try setting up team-wise and learn different team setups and stuff. And with that, I was using like basic weather team like Charizard, Venusaur at the beginning. And then we did the classic Tyranitar and Drillbur team for the Sandstorm, and then the Girafarig for Trick Room. On average, I'm in that ultra trading in both series, the single and duo bracket. But I usually like win one round and lose one match type of thing. I'm just showing the ending of each match because some of them are really long and dragged out because some opponents like to waste time and some of them just take forever to communicate. But we continue having a really good day, going 2-0 at the start. Once in a while, I can make some really good plays, like right here with the team. Kept them burnt and then protected so I could survive or use leftovers to like build up HP and then survive the next attack. It takes a while to get used to the gameplay, but once you do, you kind of learn to recognize patterns, like how to set up, and then the team synchronization together if they work well together. And then becomes the predictions of the round. You try to guess their moves, protection, and then fake out them, and they are doing the exact same thing. And it can go really good sometimes or really bad. In the first season, I didn't really play that much. I'd maybe do like 1 to 3 matches a day. I was just mostly trying to collect my daily rewards before. But once I seen towards the end of the season and how close we were, I said, let's go for it. We continued going on really good, starting off the day 4-0 at the start. And I don't know what it is, if it's the streak or what, but I end up usually losing because I don't know if it's matchmaking or if it just gets in my head and I kind of make bad calls. So this was our first loss of the day, and we are 4-1. Before I joined the competitive scene when I was playing Scarlet Violet, I learned about like a year ago, 2 years ago, about special attack and physical attacks and all that. I never knew about that, or stats and EVs and natures. Like, I thought Pokemon you just attacked with natures and elements. It was a long time before any of my move sets had anything like set up, like growl or anything. It was all attacks every time whenever I played growing up. It was more of a collection kind of game, not really more competitive scene around here because I live in a smaller town, I guess. And just like the 4-win streak, we go on a 3-loss streak. As I continue to play, I learn like more and more what Pokemon aren't and are affected by, and type effectiveness and moves and speed wise kind of metas. Because usually there's a meta for each kind of team. Like right now it's Charizard, Venusaur, Garchomp, and Basque, so you can kind of set up for it. But that's what I love about this fresh start. Everybody's trying out new stuff, the metas, their favorite Pokemon, or just trying out random stuff that they can think of. I kind of messed up these recordings because I forgot to get the gameplay sound, but it's okay because I think this will be the first video where it'll just be me talking and not even background music. We're just testing out different editing and video making styles because normally I like to have chill background music, but sometimes it's just not needed because if you have good enough topics or fast enough editing to switch over for these like fast uh brain slop guys, then you're good. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the short form content where it's straight to the point. Like, I even do that where I cut out a lot of the blank space and it's just kind of like a point presentation. But I still don't like too many cuts or over editing too much because it just doesn't feel too personal. Like, I like this certain style, but I like this more because it feels a lot more personal. And normally I try to have a script, but that's just so I don't fumble over my words. But I'd rather get used to freeballing and then just ranting it out. I know, like, it doesn't make sense, some of the stuff I say, but it gets my point across. We're not here to try to impress anybody with some fake big words. We're just here to enjoy the gameplay that we all love. As I said before, I messed up some of the recordings because some of them don't have the ending, like the ranking system. I cut too fast and went to the next part. So my bad, my apologies. Next video will be way more proper with actual sound and stuff, a little bit more thought out. But as we get closer to the end, this is where it turns around. I believe it was like under 5 hours left, and this is the last match that we end up losing until we go on a really nice win streak. Like, we still make a lot of rookie mistakes, but once we started learning how the team works together and how the switches work, it all started falling into place. So the main goals on this channel are going to be like the RuneScape series, but the Pokemon series, I want to do the Master Challenge, I'm going to call it, and that will be where we get Master ranking in Pokemon Champions, Pokemon Unite, Pokemon Trading Card Game Live, Pokemon Pocket, and possibly Pokemon ZA, Pokemon Scarlet, and Pokemon Gen 10, like the mainline games, but I'm not too sure about those ones. These two fights I shortened up because we go on a 2-win streak, but here for the third fight, I recorded the whole fight for you to watch, the first full one. And here, I was super nervous because we were close to Masters, we were on a win streak, and the time was down. So my nerves were starting to get to me. But thankfully, after all the matches that day, we kind of learned the gameplay, and we got the right calls randomly this fight. I was thinking for the Obama Snow, I was like, he's gonna use Blizzard, and then every Sinatra's always uses the Captcha. So for the first time, we used Wide Guard like properly, and it helped out majorly in this fight. And I'm not one to use like Tailwind and stuff, but after seeing how useful it was, like I just became a new love for competitive Pokemon. It's like chess. You have to think about different moves, everything, all the time. It's really awesome. And then as the fight goes on, you can learn your opponent's moves and they learn yours. So as I use the setup for the next Wide Guard, he adjusted to attack with Abomasnow to try keeping him alive, but still attacked both just in case with his Sinistra. Here we called it out properly and was able to take out his Mega Abomasnow, so that's like the biggest threat on his team probably. Because I believe as he switches out to his next Pokemon, they're kind of attack or setup Pokemon, I believe, for Abomasnow, so his game plan kind of goes down. His next set here was he was focusing on taking down my Pelipper, so I believe he was trying to get the Wide Guard down so he could continue back doing the double move attacks like Blizzard and Matcha. But it was kind of the wrong move on his part because then my super strong tank is still alive while I could throw out my other attackers or Mega after, which you can see I do here. He's sapping my leftovers with his leech seed, but it's okay because we turn the tables over with Pascaligan, or however you pronounce his name. And then this ended up being the biggest turn besides the wide guard for my team, as we completely decimate his team, his last two Pokemon right now. You do not believe me when I say how excited I was. You can kind of see my reaction up in the camera, but I wish I had my mic reaction because it was really hype at that moment, because I knew then that we reached master rank in duos, especially with 3 hours to spare on the last day of M1 season. This is the little intro or whatever video they tell you for when you're ranking up. And we ended up the day 11 wins and 7 losses in total. I could not believe that we actually achieved the master rank, but we've seen a lot of people hitting it, so it seemed pretty achievable if you actually kind of grinded for it. But I don't know, it's just I never thought I'd be doing that ever in competitive, so this was a awesome feature for me. With that, I believe I'm gonna be sticking and playing this like every day kind of thing, but making this a main game because I really love competitive Pokemon now. It's a really good brain teaser and it's super fun at the same time. The ending of this is showing my rankings for so far in season M2. We got Ultra in singles and duos so far, plus different teams that I have. First off, we have my favorite Pokemon that I like to use. Second is the M1 season master team. Third is a trick room kind of build. Fourth is set up for spikes and poisons. Fifth is a mix up of weather. Sixth is singles speed swap. Seventh is Pokemon that use moves that hit both Pokemon. Eighth is a disabled team where nothing affects them or they turn it off. Ninth is a Fisher team that I'm trying to figure out. 10th is a cool looking team build, and then 11th is a cute Pokemon team that I'm just trying to build and mess around with. So that's it from my M1 season. We will return with M2 season results. So thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.